Today, we live in a vast, hyper-connected ecosystem driven by artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and social media. When policymakers and institutions draft regulations for this ecosystem, they frequently use the word internet interchangeably with these surface-level applications. But beneath those platforms lies an independent physical infrastructure that operates under an entirely different set of rules. Attempting to regulate the digital ecosystem without isolating this core infrastructure leads directly to misaligned legislation. Achieving digital sovereignty requires distinguishing the applications we see from the deep network that makes them possible. Effective governance requires viewing the digital world as a strict three-layered architecture. This blueprint illustrates our starting point. The bottom layer is technical coordination. Above that sits internet governance. Finally, the top layer is digital governance. The operational reality of this stack is straightforward. The political and social layers at the top rely entirely on the structural integrity of the apolitical bedrock beneath them. That foundational layer operates as a global, permissionless platform. It relies on two core principles. The first is the standardization of open protocols, developed by organizations like the Internet Engineering Task Force. These open protocols act as a universal language, forcing thousands of disparate networks to communicate and achieve true interoperability. The second principle is the global registration of unique Internet identifiers. This map visualizes how identifiers function. They include IP addresses, autonomous system numbers, and DNS root zones. They are managed by IANA and the 5 regional Internet registries, such as the RIPE NCC. These organizations operate strictly through open, non-commercial consensus mechanisms, rather than government mandates. Technical coordination serves as the physical precondition for the Internet existing as a single interoperable entity. Moving up the stack, we transition from machine interoperability to human utilization. This middle layer dictates cybersecurity, cross-border data flows, and privacy norms. Because no single government controls this layer, it relies entirely on a multi-stakeholder model. Governments, civil society, the private sector, and the technical community must all collaborate here. Forums like the Internet Governance Forum facilitate this dialogue to establish behavioral norms rather than writing legally binding technical code. This layer shapes how we safely access the network while deliberately avoiding alterations to the underlying technical protocols. Right at the very highest tier of the stack is digital governance, where the most aggressive policymaking occurs. This layer targets artificial intelligence, big data markets, and massive platform ecosystems. We see heavy legislative efforts operating in this space right now, such as the UN's Global Digital Compact and the European Union's Digital Services Act. Unlike the lower layers, this tier focuses strictly on how digital technologies transform economies and human societies. While digital governance is necessary to protect citizens, its massive political weight creates significant structural risk for the layers beneath it. A critical conflict arises when lawmakers draft top-layer regulations without understanding the base layer. The resulting failure state is known as internet fragmentation, the collapse of global network reliability. When misaligned laws are enacted, regulatory weight crushes the technical foundation. The first level of collapse is technical fragmentation. The second level is governance fragmentation. The third level is user experience fragmentation. Policies like extraterritorial sanctions and national root initiatives break the precise registration of global resources. This devastating technical fragmentation severs the global internet infrastructure along rigid, unnatural geographic boundaries, completely destroying the seamless connectivity we rely on. When digital governance ignores these technical boundaries, it actively destroys the permissionless innovation of the entire network. To prevent this collapse, digital strategies must be built upon coordination systems rather than imposed over them. Policymakers need assessment tools to test laws before those laws break the infrastructure. The Internet Society's Impact Assessment Toolkit serves as a vital diagnostic measure for this exact purpose. Similarly, ICANN's Human Rights Assessment Framework measures the technical implications of policies on societal freedoms. Using these frameworks acts as a crucial shock absorber for the network, ensuring new laws smoothly harmonize with our underlying technical reality. These concepts require immediate attention as we approach high-stakes international summits, such as the upcoming WSIS +20 review. governments must recognize that the Internet's core resources, IP addresses, and domains must remain globally managed to sustain their own local digital economies. When the layers are aligned, the system holds. Internet coordination keeps the network running. Internet governance shapes its use, and digital governance defines what it becomes. Preserving our digital future requires a unified commitment to defending technical coordination as the unshakable bedrock of modern governance.